I just want to feel emotionally safe. It's a phrase we hear all the time in relationships, in therapy, all over social media. But what does emotional safety actually mean? Well, today we'll talk about what emotional safety is, what it isn't, how couples accidentally undermine it, and how to build more of it. So, emotional safety is predictability during difficult moments. Emotional safety isn't tested when things are going well. It's tested when you're disappointed in your partner, when you're angry, when you're hurt, when you're having conflict. So the question becomes, can I bring my honest experience into this relationship without fearing attack, humiliation, contempt, or abandonment? Safe relationships allow people to show up imperfectly because we trust that our partner is going to not attack us or put us down or abandon us. Okay, so that's what emotional safety means. So, what happens when it's missing? Well, people become protective. They are afraid, right? Not safe. Emotional safety, safe. Emotional unsafety, not safe. We become protective. Some common protective behaviors are shutting down, withdrawing, becoming defensive, sometimes people pleasing, yes, yes, people, avoiding difficult topics, or this sense of like walking on eggshells, like we don't really know what to do when, I'm not sure. That means I'm not feeling emotionally safe. Often these behaviors are labeled as communication problems, but in reality, they may be signs that nervous system does not feel fully safe, doesn't feel emotionally safe. Emotional safety does not mean constant comfort. So, this is often where a lot of people get confused. Healthy relationships include disappointment, they include things like boundaries, um, conflict, feedback, mistakes, repair. Emotional safety means that we can discuss hard things respectfully. We can survive disagreement without attacking each other. And this is both like in the sweary language kind of way and also in the characterological attack kind of way. And the relationship is strong enough to hold the discomfort. Okay? Safety is not the absence of conflict, it's confidence that conflict can be handled constructively. So, here are 4 behaviors that build emotional safety: curiosity, seeking to understand and be before being understood. I want to understand you. Tell me more. Help me understand. Okay. It's okay to not know. And it's definitely okay to ask and find out. Consistency. Do you show up consistency? Are your responses generally predictable? Are you going to be there? Partners know what to expect during conflict conversations. Okay. What can sometimes be odd is consistency can be for to the outside viewer can look like a bad fight. But sometimes we have like a fight language, and as long as it stays within almost like these relationally agreed upon parameters, it can still be consistent. It can still check the box. Okay. Respect is another one, number 3. No contempt. Contempt has been found to be the number one predictor of relationship demise. Okay. So if we're contempty, that is basically criticism with an air of, and I'm better than you. So not only do you suck at that, I'm better than you at that. Or you're just a miserable creature. There's something morally wrong with you. You're defective. Because that must mean that I'm better, right? That's also ridicule, these character attacks. We don't want any of that. We want to address the issue without attacking the person. And then the last behavior is repair. I say this all the time, right? People make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And emotionally safe relationships are not mistake free, they are repair rich. People apologize, they reconnect, and they learn. So, how does emotional safety get damaged in the first place? Well, repeated criticism, putting your partner down, judging them, contempt. I just talked a little bit about contempt, but there's a sneaky version of contempt that, if you grew up watching sitcoms, sometimes works into your relationship language, and that's sarcasm. On the outside, sarcasm can look funny, but on the inside a relationship, unless it is a personal joke between the two of you that appears like sarcasm to the outside, sarcasm is often contempt made to look funny. And it can feel that way, feel very painful. When we dismiss emotions, we can damage emotional safety. Threats of leaving during conflict. So this can be the divorce word getting thrown around. This can be, I'm just going to break up with you. But sometimes it can also be the threat of walking out of the conversation in an angry way without intention of returning. Okay, or returning to the conversation. So threats of leaving can show up in a little bit of different ways. Chronic defensiveness. Now, sometimes defensiveness comes in response to criticism from your partner. Look at any videos on defensiveness. There is a way that you can manage your own defensiveness. However, sometimes we come in with kind of a super installed judgment button. We feel judgment and criticism even when it's not there. And if we are chronically defensive when our partner is not being critical and there really isn't a reason, that also wears away at emotional safety. When we weaponize vulnerabilities that somebody shared in confidence, big destroyer of emotional safety. Brené Brown, Hide a Body, Friends, and Marble Jar shows up. So if you're curious about that, Google that. It's good stuff. And when we fail to repair after hurtful interactions, that is also where we can have diminished or take a hit to that emotional safety. Okay. So trust is built in small moments. Trust is also damaged in small moments. Emotional safety develops through repeated experiences over time, repeatedly showing up, repeatedly being a safe person, repeatedly showing respect. And it also diminishes in the same way. Okay? So ask yourself, do the people I love feel safer after difficult conversations with me? Or do they not? When someone shares something vulnerable, do I respond with curiosity or judgment? How do I handle conflict when I'm stressed or upset? So, if you want to take this into real life for this week's practice, you can choose one conversation. Focus less on being right, focus more on helping the other person feel understood, and notice what happens to the tone of the interaction. Remember that emotional safety is the belief that our relationship can tolerate honesty, vulnerability. It is the confidence that we can be imperfect, we can have difficult decisions, we can make mistakes and still remain connected. The healthiest relationships are not those without conflict. They are the ones where both people know that connection is stronger than the conflict itself. Take care of yourselves and each other.